Welcome to Daytona, everybody. The Daytona 500 almost underway. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. Daytona 500 almost underway. Before we go any further, check the comments. You can see all the timestamps for this race. You can skip right to the green flag if you want. We're going to talk about a few things here. As far as the league rules, the prize money, a few things. So, real quick, we had 25 cars in the Bud shootout, and that was a pretty wild race. We then ended up with 27 cars entered in the Daytona 500 when we had the Gatorade duels, and now we've got a grand total of 33 cars in the Daytona 500. 4 new cars, all at the back here in provisionals. Number 0 of Alex Bruno, number 9 of Evan McCollum, number 4 of John Book, and the number 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. They all joined after the duels and right before the Daytona 500. John Book and Evan McCollum joined almost immediately as I started the Daytona 500. So we're gonna get underway here soon. We've had quite the speed week, so let's go back and show you some of the action that's happened, some of the drama and the wrecks. Take a look. For the lead, 4 wide almost, and they're bumping the 45 and the 42. He wants to lead this race. The number 17. Oh, was there a crash? The 48 just got off. He just got hit. Oh, and there's a huge crash. Oh, man, the 48, the 8, the 2, the 74 field out of contention. Oh, and they're wrecking. The 32 around, 18's involved. Corner, the 24 comes down low. Who's it going to be, Dawson or Pablo? Coming down to the checkered flag, it's going to be Dawson. Wow. Dawson front of the field. Now we got 3 wide, 4 wide. Robbie Bannister down low below the 29 at Jacob Britt. He's going to bring Kagan Polshiner with him. There's still 4 wide. The 42, Hugo Jimenez into the wall. Oh, we've got a crash. Second place, everybody involved. This dual race, even though he already starts first. Coming to the line, it's going to be 3 wide. It's going to be Axel Zero. Axel Zero wins his dual race lap. We've seen so many last lap passes here. Oh, they're crashing. The 6 is around. The 97. I don't think that was a huge crash. Oh, they're still wrecking the 6 hard into the wall. Alright, we are back here at Daytona. So, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Let's go through the field and show you everybody involved here.
Drivers, to your cars.
The number 42, Hugo Jimenez. He won the pole here at Daytona. He starts first. The number 6 of Simon Zarnato was supposed to start second. We will get to that in a little bit. Number 60 of Colton Harmon will start second. He won his dual race. Number 99 of Axel Zero, third place. 4th is Tim Hoffman in at number 40. 5th is Skylar Roach in the number 81. 6th place is Logan York in the 74. 7th would be the number 7 of Tina Livingston. 8th place is the 15 of Hunter Blade. 9th place is the 14 of Sahara Rocha. 10th place is the 24 of Pablo West. The 25 Felix Boucher is in 11th. 12th place is Sean Howell in a 38. We've got the 17 of Alexander Jones. The 16 of CJ Williams. We've got the 18 of Kagan Polshiner. The 9 of Bruce Zero.
Drivers, start your engines.
We've got the number 2 of Tim Brangan. The number 12 of Samet Oskin. Number 88 of Josh Hardiman. The number 97 of Gavin Jones. Number 80 of Stephen Pollard III, the number 21 of Brian Bannister, number 29 of Jacob Britt, number 43 of Dawson Montenegro, number 8 of Clint Spillman, who is in a backup car after crashing in the duels. Caution flag was not thrown out for him, and he is ahead of all the other cars that have backups, just because the caution was not thrown, and we didn't actually know he wrecked until after the race. Beside him is the number 32 of Brett Taylor. He's been very controversial this week, and he's been involved in quite a bit of wrecks. We've got the number 48 Ryan Benjamin looking to get some good finishes here. We'll get a good finish here today after having a bad speed week. Simon Zarnato, number 6, supposed to start out front beside the 42 Hugo Jimenez, involved in a last lap crash in the duels. He is in a backup car. We've got the 45 Tim Zimmer, and now provisional starters, not qualifying for the 500 and not in the Gatorade duels. The number 0 Alex Bruno, number 09 of Evan McCollum, the number 04 right up here of John Book, and the number 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. Now, real quick, while we're getting ready, while we're waiting to go green flag here, this is a point series, 36 races. This is the first race of the point series. We've had the shootout and the duels, which were just fun exhibition races. Now, the prize payout, there's going to be 3 prizes for first, second, and third. $150, $100, $50. I am going to give other prizes out if anybody wants them, but they're little prizes just to say that you got to compete in this race. One day, if we grow this league out enough, the prizes are going to be bigger and better, and hopefully that'll happen one day. 42, Hugo Jimenez brings the field down to the green flag here at Daytona. We are underway in the Daytona 500. Already that 14 Zahara Rocha, the 18 Kegan Polshiner, and the 81 of Skylar Rocha on the bottom of this race, or on the bottom of the track. Gonna try to get some positions really early on. Look at Skylar Rocha. He started in 5th place. He's trying to take the lead already. He does have some drafting help, but not too much. I don't know if he's going to be able to get past these guys. Everybody else, for the most part, is double file. 24 Pablo West will jump down low and help the bottom line out. We've seen the shootout and the duels really, really chaotic. A lot of wrecks. I don't know if that's going to be the case today here at Daytona. We'll find out in a few laps. 42, Hugo Jimenez wants to lead the first lap in the 500, and it's going to be really close, 4 wide, but Hugo will lead the 500. He's into the outside wall just a little bit. It looks like he might have clipped the wall. 4 wide for the lead. 99 of Axel 0 wants to clear that 42. There he goes. Looks like it's going to just stay 3 wide now. We have seen a lot of 4 wide this week, and 4 wide does not work from what we found out. 14, Zahara Rocha now trying to get the lead from the 99 of Axel 0. Axel won his dual race and started in 3rd. Looks like the 24 Pablo West is getting a huge push from Kegan Polshiner in that 18 car. Is Pablo going to be able to clear everybody? I don't know. Now he's hung out to dry. He's in a lane between the middle and the low line. That time by, it was the 24 of Pablo West leading that lap. Ooh, Zahara Rocha and the 99 of Axel 0, they made contact. This is getting intense already. Kegan Polshiner now trying to take the lead. That 14 Zahara Rocha just wants to clear that 99 car. She does not want to have any drama or any action happening here yet. But they're 4 wide now for 2nd place. Kegan's still trying to lead a lap, but I don't think he's gonna. Tim Brandgen now gets pushed to the lead by Josh Hardiman. Coming out of turn number 4, Kegan just hit the wall a little bit. He's going to slow that line down on the outside. It looks like Tim Brandgen might lead the lap here. They do sort out just a little bit now, not 4 wide anymore. Lap number 4 out of 50 in the Daytona 500. Like we said, we've seen a lot of action, a lot of racing this week. Stephen Pollard, 3rd now, out front. Jacob Britt going to try to take the lead as well. At 42 and at number 60, Hugo Jimenez, Colton Harmon, they're almost all the way in the back of the field. They were shuffled back after the start of this race. Now, for those of you that don't know, you do get bonus points if you lead a lap. You get 5 bonus points for leading a lap, 10 bonus points for leading the most laps. And right now, everybody's trying to lead laps here at Daytona. That is the name of the game right now. 88 Josh Hardiman led a lap. I don't know how many lap leaders we're going to have at the end of this thing. But they are making some really bold moves. I've seen a few 4 wide moves, and then they get singled out to 3 wide. I think some of these guys might have learned their lesson after this week of Speed Weeks. The 32 Brett Taylor is one of them. He was in a few wrecks, and he turned that 48 car that's right below him around a couple times. 48 and the 32 racing pretty well with each other. Look at that number 6 of Simon Zornato. All the cars that were in backups or provisional starters, they're making their way to the front. We got the 48 Ryan Benjamin, the 6 of Simon Zarnato, 09 Evan McCollum, 04 of John Brook, 11 of Rhiannon Pickett. All of those drivers are coming up through the field. Ryan Benjamin out 4 wide. He has been in that predicament a few times and does not want that to happen. Look at the 32 now, 32 and the 48, really close to each other. And they somehow sorted out. So far, and I'm going to probably bite my tongue when I say this, we've only had the 18 of Kagan Polshiner hit the wall coming out of turn 4. We've seen that be a really troublesome spot. Look at the 04 now. The 04, John Book wants to lead the Daytona 500. He wasn't in qualifying or the Gatorade duels, and here he is. He is going to lead a lap and get a bonus. We'll get 5 bonus points. Now they're 4 wide yet again for first. The 6 of Simon Zarnato scraped the wall. Here comes the 45 of Tim Zimmer. So Tim was in a backup car. He wrecked in the first duel. I want to say that was just a single car crash, but there was a few other cars involved, but he got the worst of that wreck. The 11 now ran and Pickett on the bottom. She's trying to make some moves. She's getting pushed by Felix Boucher in that 25 car. ran and Pickett. It looks like she might be able to lead a lap here at Daytona. I wish I had the official lap count. I would love to know how many leaders we've had so far. Look at this, 4 wide for the lead. It's getting really close, and that 04 John Book led that lap again. He is looking pretty strong right now at Daytona. And the 11 car Rhiannon Pickett gets pushed into the outside in the middle line. Look at Clint Spillman at number 8 car. He is another car that went to a backup. Gavin Jones now trying to get the lead, but he moves up to the middle line. That bottom line is led by Tina Livingston at number 7. I don't know how they're making that much ground. They don't have any drafting help. We might see them lose some ground, though, off of the turn here. Tina Livingston wants to try to lead this race. Imagine if this is the finish of the Daytona 500. Look at the 12 of Sam Oskin now. Sam Oskin on the bottom, trying to make it 4 wide. Tina Livingston did lead that lap, by the way. They are starting to race really wild, but they always sort themselves out in the turns. It's really crazy. I really don't want to speak too soon when I say this, but they're on lap number 9 out of 50. Every race we've done so far, we've had a caution on lap 8 or earlier. So this will be the longest green flag run at Daytona that we've had so far this week. But I don't want to say that too soon. Look at this, the number 8 of Clint Spillman going to try to make it 4 wide as soon as I say that. Oh, Gavin Jones almost hit that wall. Looked like the 0 of Alex Bruno led that lap. They're still 4 wide. These guys haven't been able to sort this out. Look at the 40 Tim Hoffman now making a power move on the bottom. I'm surprised that 48 of Ryan Benjamin is even up near the front. After his speed weeks, I would have thought he would want to be in the back of the pack and just ride this thing out for a while. Number 8, Clint Spillman on the top in the lead. Look at the 43 of Dawson Montenegro. He wants to lead this race here at Daytona. Still 3 wide, first to last. Oh, wow, there almost was a crash there between the 12 and the 8. And now they're 4 wide a little bit further back. I think the 8 of Clint Spillman might have bumped into the wall, and 12 of Samet Oskin almost turned him around. Look at Tim Hoffman now making 4 wide for the lead. Tim wants to lead this race. He's in that number 40 car on the bottom, but he can't clear that outside line yet. The 1500 Blade and the 43 Dawson Montenegro, they're drag racing down the back stretch. 4 wide, numerous rows now behind them. This might not end too well for some of these drivers. Oh, Dawson hard into the wall. I thought the 24 Pablo West was going to turn him around, but that did not happen. I was very surprised. Look at the 40 and the 15. They made some contact. Skylar Rocha now in that 81 car. He is back up in the front. And the 17 Alexander Jones and 38 Sean Howe, they're going to try to make it 4 wide. We're on lap number 12 out of 50. And dare I say this, but we have not had a crash yet. You can only imagine if there's a crash up near the front, it is going to take a lot of cars with them. 4 wide. Sean Howe now on the bottom. He wants to lead this race. 2 rows of 4 wide. The top 8 in a predicament. The 81 Skylar Roach into the wall. I think these guys are starting to wear their tires out a little bit. And I think turns coming off of turn 4 is going to be a little more treacherous than it was before. 38 of Sean Howe did lead that lap. I believe, yeah, all 33 cars are still in this lead pack. We are inching closer to the halfway point. Look at the 74 Logan York trying to get to the lead. The 09 of Evan McCollum trying to get back up towards the front. He wants to lead a lap here. I feel like we're going to constantly say there's a new leader here at Daytona. Look at the 60 Colton Harmon. We haven't seen him since the start of this race. He started second. Here he is back up near the front. 4 wide, 3 wide. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to keep up with. Evan McCollum did lead that lap here at Daytona. Look at the 60. Colton Harmon now on the bottom. He's getting a push by Tim Zimmer. Sahara Roach now on that bottom. She's trying to catch up to that bottom line. There's about 6 or 7 cars on the bottom, and they might be able to make something happen. Gavin Jones is in the back of the pack. He has been back there for a few laps. Right now, I wouldn't know where I'd want to be in this pack. I don't know if I'd want to be out front or in the back or where. 60 Colton Harmon's going to try to lead this race, and if he does that, he'd be pretty happy. We've got a crash! The 32 Brett Taylor is around. I don't know if that caused a caution, but we are going to... Yeah, it did not throw a caution, but we are going to throw the caution because the 32 was around. He did spin out. 74 Logan York did lead that lap. I think these guys are still green flag. We didn't get the caution out in time. Once we're under caution, we'll go back. We'll look at what happened. All I saw was a 32 of Brett Taylor around. I don't know if he was slowing down. It looked like he might have maybe been trying to come down pit road or something. But race back to the line. Stephen Pollard the third in that 80 car. He wants to try to lead this race. Lead the field to the caution flag. Doesn't look like anybody got damage on that wreck. We'll check it out here in a second. So Stephen Pollard now going to be the leader. We're on lap number 16 out of 50. The first caution on lap 15. So we've got 35 laps to go. I would imagine that everybody's probably going to come down pit road, get tires and fuel. We saw everyone's tires were starting to wear out, and people were sliding up the track and into the wall. So Stephen Pollard the third is in the lead. He's got Logan York behind him. Stephen's had a decent speed week. So Logan is trying to get a good finish here, trying to get some redemption from the shootout race last week. We had the shootout on Wednesday, the duels Thursday, and now Sunday. Today is the Daytona 500. So far, it's been a pretty good race. We've seen a lot of action early on here. So once we see who's pitting and who is not, we will go back and look at the cause of the caution, the 32 and the 88. And I think everybody is coming down pit road. Yep, everybody coming down pit road. They're going to get tires and fuel, get some adjustments to their car, and then they'll be back out. We'll be restarting this race. We're almost halfway in the 500 already. Everybody's still in the race. So let's look at Brett Taylor. Brett doesn't have any damage. Actually, none of the cars back here do. So let's go back. Let's check out what happened to Brett Taylor. Alright, looks like he might have just been 4 wide. And oh, a couple cars were involved in that. Sam and Oskin got damaged. Skylar Rocha involved. The 32, he just got spun out by Josh Hardiman. 32 has been in a lot of commotion this week as far as turning people around, and he finally got turned around. But yeah, look, they just kind of ran out of room. The 88 up into the wall. Sam Oskin was involved, and no harm, no foul. It doesn't look like there was any major damage to anybody in that wreck, so guess that's a good thing. Brett Taylor's going to repair his car, though. We're back here live. Oh, the 40, Tim Hoffman got into the 1500 blade. Don't know what that was about. Skylar Rocha. There, look at Jacob Britt. He's in pit road. I don't know. He had some damage, I guess. And now everybody racing off of pit road, and this is a very sketchy moment as all sorts of drivers are all over the place. Looks like the 60 of Colton Harmon might be the leader. He might be the leader. He might be able to lead the lap like he wanted to. I don't know if that's the official standings or if these guys are so messed up in the running order that they don't even know where they're at. Jacob Britt's still in pit road. I don't know what happened to him. Doesn't look like he's got damage other than this right side. But it looks like he's going to go a lap down if he doesn't get out of pit road soon. So that number 60 car, Colton Harmon, he is being scored the leader. I think that's right, but there's a few causes of concern back here for position. I don't know what's going on with some of these guys. I think the 29 of Jacob Britt might be a lap down now. I think he's still in pit road. A lot of confusion here under caution. These guys and girls, they don't know. Yeah, Jacob Britt's still in pit road. That's really weird. But these people, these racers, they don't know where they're at in position. So they're trying to sort everything out. It looks like most of the drivers are sorted out except for Hugo Jimenez, Logan York, Bruce Zero. Guess they're trying to figure out who is 5th place. Colton being scored the leader. There's a couple cars still out of line. I think that 9 of Bruce Zero might be actually in 5th place, but he's behind the 42. Very interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Check Jacob Britt, still in pit road. He's going to go another lap down if he doesn't get out of pit road. So nearing the halfway point, we've had some excitement, some drama. One caution so far in the 32. Brett Taylor was turned around by the 88 of Josh Hardiman. Couple cars involved in that wreck. And I think this time by should be the 1 lap to go until green flag. The 74 needs to figure out where he is in line. They need to figure this out back here. If we go green flag and they're like this, that's probably going to be a black flag for a couple people. There's also a little bit of commotion in the back there with the 16, the 24, and the 43. A couple cars don't know what position they're in, I guess. 42, I guess Hugo Jimenez thinks he should be in that position. The 9 of Bruce Zero, not looking okay with that. We do have the 1 to go. One more lap until green flag. This is going to be a very interesting restart. I don't know. I hope they can get sorted out before they come back around to the line. Looks like that 43 of Dawson back there. Looks like he's still trying to figure out where he's at. 29 Jacob Britt is 1 lap down. I think he's still in pit road too. Yeah, he's still in pit road. I don't know what's going on, if they're not able to fix that car or what, but he might be able to get back out in the Daytona 500, might be able to compete. So we do know the top 4. It's Colton Harmon, Stephen Pollard III, Axel Zero, and Alexander Jones. Other than that, we don't really know. Big confusion for 5th place back here, still. Sahara Roach is behind those three. She's just saying, come on guys, get sorted out. We're going green flag here very soon. So all 33 cars still in this race. We have not seen the big one yet. Dare I say that. We all hope that we don't see the big one because we don't want our cars to be involved. But we all love the big one. For most of us, we do, I guess. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. It's been a pretty calm race. We've seen some 3 and 4 wide racing, but we haven't seen chaos and carnage like we have in the last couple races here at Daytona. So these guys, they might be realizing that if they're racing harder, they're going to wreck more. And 74 and a 43, they're still out of line. We're going to actually follow them back here as the 60 car of Colton Harmon is going to bring the field back to green flag. We are back underway here at Daytona. 74, I don't know if there's going to be a black flag for anybody or not, but the 74 is just, he's still down low. Look at the 17, Alexander Jones, underneath Axel Zerf. There's a big crash in the back of the field. Dawson Montenegro, he was a part of that crash. The caution flag back out. Hey, there's Jacob Britt. 32, Brett Taylor again is involved in a caution. Well, I think that caution was a result of the cars not knowing where they're at in position. Look at the number 80 now. Stephen Pollard going to try to get past Colton Harmon. Look at the number 74 of Logan York. He was just confused on where he is starting at on this restart, and he might try to take 2nd or 3rd place. He doesn't have any drafting help underneath, and it looks like Colton is going to beat Stephen Pollard to the line. So we are back under caution as soon as we started. Again, we are under caution. The 2nd time in this race. Let's go back and let's take a look here. We're riding with the 32. It looked like, oh, the 32 and the 88. Oh, the 40 of Tim Hoffman clipped him. That grass is really slick. When you're in that grass, that is not good. So the restart here, this is the caution. Looked like Dawson came up on Pablo. Looked like Dawson was not happy with that restart. A little bit of damage for these guys, but that's it. Oh, a little check up there too now. This race is really wild. It's starting to pick up. It's 2 cautions now. We're on lap number 21, so unfortunately we're going to have to go another 4 or so laps under caution. We will be at the halfway point, at least, when we go back to green. Don't think anybody is going to come down pit road. Everyone just came down for tires and fuel. Looks like everyone's staying out. A couple cars in the back might come in. Sean Howe is coming down pit road. That 43 and the 24, they might come down pit road and repair their cars. Well, this time we do the restart. The 43 Dawson Montenegro, he's not coming down pit road, but Pablo Weston, that 24 car, is. This time, when we do the restart, everyone should be in their correct spots. We can't wait to get back to green flag. We want to see more racing here in the 500. Colton is really liking these caution laps. He's able to lead more laps under caution. And right now, I believe he has the most laps led here at Daytona. Again, if you're watching this video, you can go to the timestamps in the comments. It is the first comment pinned on this video. And you can skip right back to the green flag if you want. I'm probably not going to talk about too much stuff here. But in the meantime, when we go green flag at Rockingham next week, it's going to be a little different. I have been trying different, I guess, packages, if you will, out at different tracks. So all the cars at this track here at Daytona have the same rating except for their qualifying. I had to set the field a certain way based on their Daytona dual finishes. But other than that, all of the driver ratings are the exact same. So every car is virtually the same here at Daytona. Everyone has the shot to win. At Rockingham next week, though, we are going to be using a minimum rating of 70 and a maximum of 90, or a minimum of 80 and a maximum of 100. I tried that yesterday just in a mock race to see how the racing was and what the racing was like, and it turned out pretty decent. Rockingham was a bit of a snooze fest for the most part. A lot of follow the leader type racing, but after about 10 or 15 laps it gets pretty exciting. Las Vegas, Atlanta, California, there are tracks coming up that are going to be very, very exciting. I don't know if there are going to be a lot of wrecks. There might be. But to give you guys an example, at Atlanta, I had more lead changes than I did in a race here at Daytona. So, a lot of lead changes at that track. We just got to get past the track of Rockingham, and then we should have a pretty entertaining season. Remember, if you win the Gatorade Duels, either race, if you win the Shootout, the Daytona 500, the Allstar race, the Coca-Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, or the final race at Homestead, you have one of the spots to pick one of the very first cars for the next offline series. So this is a very crucial race in more ways than one. You want to win this race for the points, obviously, and you want to win this race because you'll have a chance at picking a very good car next offline series. I do have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it, so we're going to basically every week the car ratings are going to change. There's going to, different things. If you qualify first, if you get a pole position, you might get a point or two for a car rating. If you're very consistent, you'll get points on your consistency rating. If you wreck a lot and if you can't finish a race because of wrecks or mechanical failures, you will lose points on your, I think it's reliability, I think is what it's called. But the points are going to fluctuate a little bit, so at Daytona they're all going to be the same. For the most part, they're going to be pretty close, almost the same, and then based on that race they will change, and yep, that's going to be what we're doing next season. So I think it's going to turn out pretty well. I think everyone's going to have a good shot at winning still. But we will find out later on. Still, that is subject to change. I might do certain things. I might change it up a little bit or whatever. Caution lights are off on the pace car. We are going to be going back to green in lap 25. Colton Harmon still the leader. Look at the 29 now. Jacob Britt. He is, I think, 2 laps down. No, he's only... Jacob Britt, 1 lap down. I want to watch him for a lap or two and see how fast or how slow he is. I don't know if he had any significant damage or if that was just a little bit of damage and a freak accident that happened with him. He was on pit road for about a lap and a half, though, so hopefully they weren't repairing anything major to that car. Hopefully he can keep up with the pack, maybe even get his lap back if he is lucky. A lot of cars are looking to lead this race, looking to get near the front. Have not had the big wreck yet. We did just have a 2-car crash between the 24 Pablo West and the 43 Dawson Montenegro. We all know the big one probably is coming, but it might finish under green. Who knows? We might not have another caution. We've seen a lot of good racing early on, but we're now inching really close to halfway. 1 lap after the restart, it's going to be the halfway point, so this race is going by fairly quick. Last 10 minutes or so under caution have kind of been boring, so I apologize if you're watching through the cautions. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep just watching these cars go around. So the pace car off of turn number 4, bringing us the entire pack of cars with him. The number 60 of Colton Harmon is going to lead the field to the green. Stephen Pollard is right there in second. Third, Axel Zero. Fourth, the 74 Logan York, and fifth, Alexander Jones. Green flag is back out here at Daytona. Colton Harmon leads the field to the green. Look at the 29, Jacob Britt. It looks like he might have gotten a decent jump on Colton. Looks like his car might be pretty quick so far. Axel Zero is going to come down low with him. The 29 could get his lap back and we get a caution flag. That would be incredible. He would be back in this race. Look at the 29. He is fighting Colton. He wants the lead. I mean, he wants his lap back. 99 Axel Zero with him. Look at the 74 Logan York now down low. Hugo Jimenez down there. Colton does not have much help. That's right there with him. Not yet. He is inching ahead though. Logan York on the inside. Bruce Zero now on the inside. Here comes Ryan Benjamin. 3 wide up here. The 74 trying to take the lead away from the 60 of Colton Harmon. I don't think he's going to be able to do that yet. Still 3 wide. Look at the number 9 now. 9 of Bruce Zero going to make it 4 wide up here. For the lead. Remember that 29 car is 1 lap down. Ooh, they're moving back and forth a little bit. The 29 inching ahead just a little bit over Colton. I don't know if he's going to be able to clear any of these cars. He really wants his lap back. He's got a really strong car here at Daytona. Number 9, Bruce Zero trying to get the lead. Here comes Ryan Benjamin now. He wants the lead. He's had a really bad speed weeks. He's bringing Tim Zimmer. He's bringing the 04 of John Book. Oh, Colton made a little bit of contact, I think, with that 29 car. Ryan Benjamin now out front. He goes up high to block. Here comes Tim Zimmer. The number 6 of Simon Zarnato. Number 12, Samet Oskin. Rhiannon Pickett, the number 11. All on the inside. I think I saw... Oh! Tim Brannigan turns the 60 of Colton around. We got a crash. Wow, did they not... They wrecked, but I don't know... Oh, wow, that was interesting. Colton Harmon, a lot of damage to that car. And we are gonna unfortunately have to throw the caution. Ugh, I hate doing this. But I had said last week in the duels at the end of the race, if a car spins out or hits the wall, we're gonna throw a caution. Fortunately, that happened. Simon Zarnato is our leader, by the way. Said I do not like doing that. I would rather. Here's the caution again. I would rather have this race go green flag, but that's not fair to anyone else that was caught up into that, and that was slowed down. Stephen Pollard hit Tim Brannigan. Tim Brannigan into Colton. Colton's day probably is done. He's got a lot of damage to his car. Looks like the 24 Pablo West, he was off the pace, so this might be a saving grace for him. So they say cautions breed cautions. We're under caution for the 3rd time again. Like I said, I'm really sorry about throwing that caution. It's not because that was my car. I personally don't care if that car retires. I'm just doing this for fun. But it's not fair for the cars in the back half of the field. A lot of cars were slowed down from that. So, had to throw the caution. If a car goes up and hits the wall like that, even if they continue, gotta throw the caution. Trying to enforce it a little bit more than normal. The number 8 of Clint Spillman in the duels was spun out by the 60 of Colton. I did not see it until the end of the race. I saw the 8 of Clint Spillman was like a lap down and he had damage, and I felt really bad that I didn't throw the caution out for him. So, trying to monitor that, trying to enforce it here, trying to be fair for everybody. A couple cars do come down pit road. I'm probably not going to do much talking under this caution, so if you want to go right to the green flag, you can. That's perfectly fine. If there's a mechanical failure, I'll put that obviously in the timestamp. That way you don't miss that, and you can see what exactly happens. Alright, we're back here at Daytona. I was going to wait until the one to go, but the 15 of Hunter Blade is on the apron. I think he might have a tire issue. I saw him just drop down. All 33 cars are still in this race. Nobody has retired yet. I don't see any smoke on the 15, so I don't think he doesn't have a mechanical issue, but I believe he has a tire down. And if so, it is really good he has found that now instead of on the green flag. Having to come down pit road under the green would put you at least a lap down. Having no drafting help would easily put you a second lap down and your day would be done. So, Hunter Blade, number 15, coming down pit road. Simon Zarnato, number 6, is still the leader. And the pace car is getting the 1 to go until green flag. So, hopefully we can get this thing underway. And we have 20 to go right now. It's going to be 19 to go on the restart. Seen a lot of action in this last 10 or so laps. A lot of caution laps are being placed. The first caution, we saw Brett Taylor get spun out by the 88 of Josh Hardiman. Second caution was on the restart. We saw the 43 Dawson Montenegro and the 24 of Pablo West tangle and hit the wall. Third caution has Tim Brannigan spinning the 60 of Colton Harmon out. Will we stay at 3 cautions, or will we have a 4th caution? And if we do have a 4th caution, when is it gonna happen? I have a feeling, guys. I have a feeling, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. I would like to see this thing go green flag all the way, but I think we're gonna have the big one. If we have 33 cars in this race, and there's no big one, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be crazy if we don't have a big one. If it's not a big one, we might have another crash. I would imagine so. Our longest green flag run today was 16 laps, and we've got 19 to go. So if you look at the stats, that shows that we're going to have another caution. But these guys might impress us all, and they might get through the race without wrecking. We've got some interesting players up front. 6 of Simon Zarnato, after wrecking in the duel and starting in the back, he is up front in first. We've got Sam Oskin in second. Third is Tim Zimmer. Fourth is Bruce Zero. Fifth, Rhiannon Pickett. Sixth is Logan York. Seventh, Hugo Jimenez, the pole sitter. Eighth, Ryan Benjamin. Ninth, Alex Bruno. And 10th is the 99 of Axel Zero. So the field coming down to the green flag. The number 6 of Simon Zarnato is going to bring them to the green. We are back underway here at Daytona. The 6 got a great start. He might clear the 29 and keep him 1 lap down. Look at the 45 now, Tim Zimmer. I don't think the number 12 of Sam Oskin got that great of a start. Neither did that 29 now. Look at Simon's able to clear all lanes. The 45 now, Tim Zimmer pushing the 29 of Jacob Britt. Jacob Britt is 1 lap down. He has been trying to get his lap back, but that 6 car looks really strong right now. 48 Ryan Benjamin now fans down all the way to the bottom. I don't think he has any drafting help. No, he doesn't. He is on the bottom by himself. Is he going to be able to do anything? I think he's going to start falling back a little bit now. No drafting help is not a good thing here at Daytona. Here's the 16 of CJ Williams now on the bottom. And possibly the 2 of Tim Brannigan. He might try to help out a little bit. Simon Zarnato is still the leader. Let's look in the back here. Colton Harmon is off the pace. Hunter Blade is back up to speed. I don't know what happened with him, but it's good to see him up to speed and in this race still. Simon Zarnato is still the leader. Look at the 29 trying to inch ahead of the 6, trying to get his lap back. We have seen it is so hard to stay out front though here today when you're in the lead. I think the 29 might have his lap back for the time being. The 48 Ryan Benjamin does have some help now on the bottom. He's able to inch a little closer to that front. 29 did get his lap back for that time being, but here comes the 48 Ryan Benjamin. 29 is going to have a really hard time getting that lap back and keeping it. 3 wide now for the lead. The 48 and the 6 battling for first. The 29 in the middle. The 45 trying to push the 29. Look at that 6 car. Simons Arnada got a huge run down the backstretch. He has a very good car right now. Very strong. I don't think Ryan Benjamin's going to be able to clear the 6. Ooh, Ryan's going up the track a little bit. Here comes the 16 now, C.J. Williams. I think Ryan Benjamin led that lap. He did. 4 wide now up front. We have seen this quite a bit today. Whoa, a little bit of bobble between all the cars. 4 wide a little further back here. Look at the 09. 09, Evan McCollum. He is not being shy at all up here. This is incredible racing up front. They are getting really, really close to each other, side by side. The 48, Ryan Benjamin, the leader. Look at the 16, the C.J. Williams, the 25 of Felix Boucher. I think the 25 Harvick might be in the wall. He is briefly. 48 is going to continue to lead this race. I think the 25 might. Oh, I thought the 25 was going to get that lap led, but no. A couple cars are off the pace. Look at Clint Spillman now being pushed by Gavin Jones and Tim Brannigan on the bottom. All 3 of those cars are teammates. They all know each other. They're pretty good friends, and they're working together on the bottom. Say Colton Harmon off the pace. He's 11 seconds back. Other than that, we've got everybody up front in this pack. 3 wide for the lead, 4 wide for the next row, or 2 rows. It's getting really dicey up here, and if these guys can make it without crashing, that's going to be impressive. Still no crashes. Look at Clint Spillman now, the number 8. He is up front. Gavin Jones now is up front as well. Clint led that lap. Gavin now, he wants to try to get a lap led here. If I had the lap leaders, how many cautions and all that stuff we had, and how many different lead changes we had, I bet we would be pretty close to 25 or 30. Tim Brannigan now on the inside line. 25 of Felix Boucher gets a huge run from Clint Spillman on the top side. And they're going to nudge themselves to the front just a little bit more. The bottom, Tim Brannigan being pushed by Keegan Polshiner. Clint Spillman now making it 4 wide. He got underneath the 25 of Felix Boucher. He's going to get past the 25 easily. Tim Brannigan now the leader. Look at Keegan. Keegan hasn't led a lap yet today. He wants to, oh no! Tim Brannigan, the 97 of Gavin Jones. A huge crash here at Daytona. Oh no. Gavin Jones, Ryan Benjamin, Pablo West. Look at the 29, Jacob Britt just pushing these cars out of the way. Oh my gosh. Colton Harmon gets past them. 24, Pablo West has a lot of damage. Keegan Polshiner's gonna be the leader, and there is not too many cars that are with him. Keegan Polshiner's gonna be the leader, and look, I mean, there's not many cars. A lot of cars, I think, were involved in that crash. Looks like Tina Livingston is gonna be in 2nd place. 3rd, Josh Hardiman. 4th, Brett Taylor. 5th, Alexander Jones. 6th is Sahara Rocha. 7th, Hunter Blade. 8th is Hugo Jimenez. 9th is Stephen Pollard, and 10th is Ryan Benjamin. So we're going to have less than 10 laps to go. A huge crash from what it looked like. I believe Pablo West, his day is probably going to be done. Heavy damage to that 24 car. Unfortunate for him, he was really hoping to win the Daytona 500. He made a comment saying he hopes he won or wins a race this time, sometime this season, and unfortunately today is not going to be his day. I don't think, no one else is on pit road. That might have actually been a pretty small crash. Obviously Pablo got a lot of damage there. Oh, let's go back, let's check it out. Let's see what exactly happened. Hold on 1 second. So we see the 97, I think. No, wait, I'm not on the right car, am I? No. Alright, so See here, the 97 and the 2, they weren't even 4 wide, but Tim and Gavin Jones got into each other. A big crash, the 09, Evan McCollum in the crash. A lot of cars were involved. Oh, the 24, he got into the back of Ryan Benjamin. Ryan Benjamin and another crash at Daytona. Wow. Let's look from the top view here. This is a very good view. They just ran out of room. They weren't 4 wide, and we were saying a little bit ago that Tim and Gavin were teammates, and a lot of cars pile up into that wreck. Logan York, Tim Zimmer, Rand Pickett, they all made a good move on not being involved in that crash. Let's look at the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. He got a lot of damage from that wreck. I didn't realize Ryan had a lot of damage on the front of his car, but let's check it out. So right here is where they run out of room, hit each other, and from there, oh, Logan York actually was involved in that. I thought he made it past, but no. Oh, wow. 97 Gavin Jones got a lot of damage. That was all from that 24 Pablo West. We're going to have to watch from his view, too, and see what exactly happened with him, why he came into the wreck so fast. We see the wreck happen. This is on Logan York, 74. He was spun, and he didn't get much damage, really. Let's look at the 24 now. Whoops. 24 Pablo West. Not too far off the pace, but a little slower. They're wrecking. He's trying to slow down, but I mean, it almost looks like his brake is stuck. Really hard into that 48 car. So Kagan Polshiner is in the lead here at Daytona. 24 Pablo West out of the race. He is the only car out, and we've got now less than 10 laps to go here at Daytona. So caution out for the 4th time, the big one at Daytona. And we still have 32 cars in this race. A couple cars up near the front who have not been up in front. Kagan Polshiner, these are the first laps he's ever led at Daytona. He hasn't had that great of a speed week. He has been kind of mid-pack, but he's also been involved in a couple crashes. Tina Livingston was involved in the huge wreck in the shootout. Josh Hardiman made a really good attempt in the duel to try to win his race and start up near the front. Brett Taylor involved in the first caution. He's back in 4th. Alexander Jones, we've seen him up near the front and all over the place today. Sahara Rocha, 6th place. She's had a pretty good run. Pretty good speed weeks, too. In the duels, she didn't do too well. I think she was in one of the wrecks or something. Got some damage. 700 Blade, we saw him on pit road earlier. 8th place is Hugo Jimenez. Pole sitters having a pretty solid day. 9th place Stephen Pollard. He's been up near the front for like the last 20 or so laps. He's having a really good day. And the 21 and 10th place Robbie Bannister. Robbie's had a pretty good race as well. He hasn't been up near the front, not leading laps or anything, but he has had a pretty good race. Looks like that 88 of Josh Hardiman might have some damage to the back of his car. See right there. Let's actually go right along with him. Yeah, Josh Hardiman, 3rd place. He does have damage. Not sure what happened there to his car. Well, everybody, the intensity is going to pick up in a couple laps. Less than 10 laps to go here at Daytona. With everybody still in this race, and for the most part, not really that damaged. We're going to have, I believe, a wild finish. 1 lap to go until the green flag. We've got 9 to go. 8 laps to go on the restart. Pablo West, unfortunately, out of the race. He really wanted to have a good day. He's going to be bummed about that, but unfortunately, that's how Daytona is. You are pretty much, it's like the lottery. You either are going to win, or if not, you're going to lose. So, once we get to Rockingham next week, it's going to be a lot different. We're not going to have the big one like we just had. I mean, we might. Who knows? But it will be a little bit different. We'll see how it all plays out. 18, Kagan Polshiner. He would love to get the win. So would Tina Livingston. Josh Hardiman, even though he has damage, he would like to get the win. So many people here are trying to get the win. I don't know what we have in store for us for the last 8 laps. This is going to be a wild finish, I believe. I don't know how damaged some of these cars are in the back. Gavin Jones might have a lot of damage. Same with Ryan Benjamin. I don't think they're going to be too slow to where they're going to affect the race. I don't think they're going to be a lap down by the end of this. But we got to make it to the end still. We're 8 laps to go, and we just saw anything can happen. They weren't even 3 wide, and they wrecked in turn 1. Field coming down out of turn 4. Kagan Polshiner is going to bring the field to the green flag in just a few moments. Alright, the pace car ducks down into pit road. Kagan Polshiner, the number 18, is in the lead. And green flag here at Daytona. 8 more laps to go until we decide the winner. Who is it going to be? Who's going to win here at Daytona? And I think Josh Hardiman might have a lot of damage. He didn't get a good start. Here comes Brett Taylor underneath him for 3rd place. Tina Livingston for the lead now at Daytona. The thing I don't like about these 2 cars being this far out is the cars behind them are going to get formed up and they're going to pass these 2 like sitting ducks. Josh Hardiman is getting passed and he's kind of, looks like he's holding the field up. I don't really know, but here comes the 32 of Brett Taylor. He's going to bring Hunter Blade with him. Josh Hardiman is up to speed now. Kagan is going to lose the lead, unfortunately. He thought he was going to have a really good shot at winning, but this is still not over. It is anybody's race here at Daytona. Tina Livingston out front now. Here comes the 32 of Brett Taylor on the bottom. He would love to get a win, especially after being involved in the first caution. Now the 80 of Stephen Pollard trying to make the 3rd line on the bottom come into play. 32 Brett Taylor is going to try to take the lead from Tina. Here comes Stephen Pollard and Skylar Rocha. The rest of the cars that are in this race trying to catch up to this front pack. But you see a lot of cars damaged and off the pace. It looks like the 9 of Bruce Zero might be the last car, and that's about 21 cars. So this might be a very small field by the end of this thing. Tina Livingston trying to push the 32 away. Who is it going to be? It's still going to be Tina Livingston in the lead. 6 laps to go here at Daytona. Hunter Blade now in that 15 cars on the bottom. He wants the lead. Tina has a pretty fast car right now. She might be able to hold these guys off. That top line might be coming in now at the final few laps. We have 3 wide just about everywhere back here. Hunter Blade, he is not able to catch up to these guys or keep up with them. See what happens here. Is that outside line going to get slick? Is the 7 going to hit the wall? She has Kagan Polshiner right behind her. Ooh, she went up the track. I don't think she hit the wall though, but look at Brett Taylor now to the lead. Brett Taylor in the lead. Look at Hugo Jimenez trying to get the lead as well. Skylar Rocha on the bottom trying to push these cars. Hugo Jimenez to the lead. Now Hunter Blade has the lead briefly. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. While these guys are racing, we're going to quickly look and see where the other cars are that are damaged. Ryan Benjamin is pretty slow, but I don't think he's going to be a factor in the finish of this race. He shouldn't be. Should we get a caution, the race would end. Look at Stephen Pollard and Brett Taylor almost into each other. Yeah, should we get a caution, the race would end under caution. These guys and girls up here are racing like crazy. Look at the 11 Rhiannon Pickett now trying to take 2nd place from these guys. Hunter Blade, the 15, he led that lap. We have 4 wide back here for second. It's getting really tight up here. 4 to go. 4 laps remaining. A lot of cars still in this race. 20 cars, I think. Let's see how many cars up here. We've got 21 cars up in this lead pack. And the rest of the cars are damaged, off the pace. Oh, Skylar Rocha into the 04 John Book. I thought they were going to wreck, but they didn't somehow. Look at the 11 now, Rhiannon Pickett trying to take the lead from Hunter Blade in number 15. Look at the 45 of Tim Zimmer on the bottom. He wants the lead. A lot of these cars have not been cars we've talked about. And we've talked about some of them, of course. Some have been up near the front quite a bit. 3 laps to go here at Daytona. 4 wide for the lead at Daytona. Tim Zimmer's going to run out of steam. Rhiannon still trying to take the lead from the 15 of Hunter Blade. Look at Bruce Zero being pushed by the 99 of Axel Zero. Right behind him is Skylar Rocha. We've already seen the big one. The big one took out a lot of cars. Now Rhiannon Pickett to the lead. We have just 2 laps to go at Daytona. This is still anybody's race. Look at Axel Zero now in the 99. He's going to try to get past all these cars. 4 wide for second place. The 81 of Skylar Rocha. Here's the 32 of Brett Taylor back up front. Tim Zimmer trying to get to the lead. Man, this is going to be a very close finish if they don't wreck. I believe it is, at least. The 48's not going to be a factor in this finish. He's 23 seconds off the lead, I think. It's 23 seconds off the lead. Look at this 4 wide off of the turn. Skylar Rocha now to the lead. Brett Taylor on the bottom. He's got Tim Hoffman, Alexander Jones right behind him. Skylar Rocha leading the lap. The last lap, is he going to be able to win? I don't know. There's still 4 wide. Look at Tim Hoffman to the lead. This is still anybody's race up front here. Are we going to have a last lap crash, a last lap pass? What is going to happen? Here comes the 7 of Tina Livingston, the 88 of Josh Hardiman. Tim goes up to block. Tim Zimmer is the leader. Look at the 32 of Brett Taylor. He's going to try to get to the bottom, but he doesn't have much help. Tim Zimmer right now is the leader. Samet Oskin in the number 12. Oh, the 45 is into the wall. To the line, it's going to be the 12 of Samet Oskin is the Daytona 500 winner. That was a wild finish. Samet Oskin, the number 12, he has some damage to his car, but he won the Daytona 500. Now we're waiting on the rest of the field. Ryan Benjamin has to cross the line. What a finish. 21 cars within 1 second of each other. That was an awesome Daytona 500. A lot of action, a lot of drama, and a great finish. Samet Oskin is the winner. Tim Zimmer would have been the winner. Hit the wall on the last lap, the last corner. Brett Taylor 3rd, Alexander Jones 4th, Skylar Rocha 5th, Bruce Zero is in 6th, 7th is Tina Livingston, 8th is Tim Hoffman, 9th Josh Hardiman, 10th Hunter Blade, 11th Simon Sarnato, 12th Felix Boucher, 13th John Book in his first start, 14th is Axel Zero, 15th Clint Spillman, 16th Rhiannon Pickett, 17th Robbie Bannister, 18th Sahara Rocha, 19th Kagan Polshiner, 20th Stephen Pollard III, 21st Hugo Jimenez. That was your top 21. They were all within less than a second. 22nd place was CJ Williams, 23rd Sean Howe, 24th Tim Brannigan, 25th Logan York, 26th Alex Bruno, 27th Colton Harmon, 28th Dawson Montenegro, 29th was Evan McCollum, 30th Gavin Jones, 31st Ryan Benjamin. Those were all the cars on the lead lap. 32nd was the 29 of Jacob Britt, I'm sorry. He was 1 lap down. And 33rd, Pablo West, involved in that third caution, and he is, or fourth caution, I believe it was, and he was out of the race. Only car out. Well, what a Daytona 500 that was. We started off the race, green flag for a while, and then chaos, 4 cautions pretty much within a row of each other. Samet Ozkin winning the 500. Great job to him. I don't think he led a lap other than that last lap. Tim Zimmer, I thought he was going to get the win. If he wouldn't have hit the wall coming out of turn 4, that would have been probably a photo finish. But Samet Ozkin is your winner. We'll get the unofficial standings. We'll get the points updated, and we will get them in just a few seconds, a few minutes, I guess. So stay tuned if you want to see that. So Daytona 500 is in the books today on Sunday. Now we are going to have Rockingham next. Rockingham might be the only race that is posted in this next week. The next week or two might be a little hectic, but after that it will be very easy for me to post a lot of races. So stay tuned. We will show you the points here in a second.